I, f25, got sad and my fiance, m28, keeps making fun of me for it. Some info on our relationship. We have been engaged and living together for 3 years. He is Japanese and has very low empathy, low affection, low desire, but I am the same, so it never mattered to me. We have almost never said any form of "I love you," unless we were saying it as a joke in a bullying form after asking each other to do chores. We only hug often and sex is about once or twice a year just for the sake of it. We have a very comfortable relationship that's perfectly balanced, and I could never find someone who matches me this well. Last Friday I went out with an online friend I called my little brother. Because he is 5 years younger than me and still in university, I never saw him as anything more than a cute little thing I wanted to feed. At some point, I blacked out, and I don't know when or why, but I have a vague memory of him taking my clothes off. What happened and what I told my fiance. I woke up naked in a love hotel. We live in Japan, with my credit card missing, and he blocked me on all apps. I was in shock and reached out to another foreigner friend to ask for help. She went through something similar but told me that going to the police is not the best idea, because this is a complete he said she said situation and they will believe him, a Japanese native, over a random foreigner woman, and since the people on top are always old people, they treat you with a "why would he want to have anything to do with you? You're not even Japanese" outlook. She said they constantly called her to the station and treated her with disrespect, and nothing ever came of it other than debt from lawyers. She advised me not to pursue it and to focus on healing myself, getting tested, etc. He seemed to only be bothered about the credit card and how much money we could get from suing him. He called around to look up laws about compensation but never asked how I was. The hotel I woke up in is visible from our window, and he looked out and said, "So that's your new hobby, huh?" and laughed. This upset me, but I let it go. I got myself together over the next 2 days and pretended like nothing happened. Now it's been a week and it's Friday again. Today before I left he laughed, "Don't go to a love hotel today too, okay?" Quote, I don't know what to think of this. I know that there's a chance this is because it bothers him, and the only way he knows to show it is by laughing about it. On the other hand, I always knew he didn't have much empathy, but I assumed we cared about each other because I do care for him. How do I fix this other than therapy? Because Reddit's answer to everything seems to be therapy, but therapy is way too expensive in Japan and is not covered by insurance. TLDR. I got sad and fiance did not care. Instead made jokes about it. Sorry for my English. I haven't used it in a long time and I feel like stuff sounds off. Edit. I have received some messages to use this post. Please do not use this for any videos or narrations. It's time to break up. This is extremely insensitive of him. He shows no care for you and is trivializing what you went through. He's making out like you enjoyed what happened, or purposely let it happen. Please show yourself the respect you deserve and break up with this ass. Look, I'm a romantic asexual. I get it's hard to find someone. But is being with someone who doesn't care about the fact that you were drugged and assaulted really better than being alone? It is hard to find someone, but it's not impossible. Please put yourself first here, because it doesn't sound like he will. He has no empathy. This is a perfect example of having no empathy. Pretty sad life without empathy. You should leave your fiance. He sounded like a bad fiance before this, and a horrible one now. You shouldn't be subjected to this, regardless of the country or culture. Unfortunately, SA happens often in Japan. There's a documentary about it that I saw recently. Lots of foreign women were told to be extra cautious when interacting with men there. It's a sad case. What you can do is file a case. Dump that stupid-ass BF and get out of the country. So they rape you and your BF is laughing about it? Don't lie to yourself, quiet your mind and trust that anger. He is not a good person. He doesn't care about you and is with you because you don't ask anything from him badically. It's easier said than done, but I would break up. Do you want someone that is not going to be there for you in the most difficult times? Stop excusing him, and yes, you need therapy ASAP. Book a therapy WA psychologist from abroad via Zoom if money is a problem in Japan. Sorry this happened to you, but I'm unsure what you want us to say. You say you won't leave him, so? That's the only actual option here. At first I thought, sounds like they're more friends than anything, yet by the time I got to the end realized he's thinking it's something very different. What that is I haven't a clue. I do know his treatment of you is incredibly cruel. And you deserve health. I am so sorry about what happened to you. If you stay with your fiance, tell him that he is not allowed to tease you about this incident, and if he continues, your relationship is over. I understand that he is not affectionate, romantic, or empathetic, but that does permit him to be cruel to you. What happened is not your fault. Please remember that. Please seek therapy. You need help to heal from this trauma and also to delve into why you are victimizing yourself further by staying with someone who is emotionally abusive to you. I'd rather be homeless living under a bridge than spend 5 minutes with someone like that. Why don't you feel that way? There is something unresolved going on with you that predates this recent trauma. He's not making light of your saw, he's calling you a liar and implying you cheated. Something absolutely horrible happened to you, and one of his first thoughts was how much money the two of you could get out of this. He is completely apathetic and not suitable for a relationship. Clearly the fact that you're upset indicates you have more apathy than him. Perhaps being with him has convinced you to be apathetic, I don't know. But this is not a healthy relationship, and you are lying to yourself that you must stay. I don't know, but can you have a serious talk with him and explain how his reaction makes you feel and what you actually need from him? Also, did you get tested for drugs in your system the next day? Blacking out like that sounds as if he might have spiked your drink. What a sick person. Stop asking for advice. You don't want our advice. All you do is make excuses. I can honestly say if someone had done this to my ex-wife when we were together, heck, even now, I would personally ensure they could never do it again. This man doesn't care for you the way you do. I don't think he fully believes you. He's acting like you cheated on him. I know everyone says leave in relationship posts. But yeah, leave. You don't want to marry someone making fun about that kind of thing. Japan sucks. I know you say this is not a therapy situation, but perhaps you could do online therapy with BetterHelp.com or another provider from your own country. You might not have heard of them if you are not hearing the advertising. In my experience, ignoring a sexual assault situation does not work. It usually has a way of rearing its ugly head by manifesting itself in destructive behaviors, trauma, and PTSD. This can even take time, especially if your initial reaction is to minimize it. I understand not reporting it, and that is a common choice, but I would caution against just trying to deal with it. I have no advice on what to say to your so other than maybe writing it down and presenting it in some way. The cultural differences do make a difference, as in my experience some aspects of some culture even see it as so commonplace they think it's just something that is part of life for women and to just get on with it. Look, I make jokes about my own experience saw too. But it's because humor is my coping mechanism for my own traumas. I would never make fun of someone else getting sawed, or losing a loved one or anything else that's traumatic. Your fiance has no compassion and I'd just break up tbh. Having no empathy is just a deal breaker for me. And I'm not extremely empathetic or highly sensitive, but I'd want a man that supports me through my trauma instead of laughing about it. This is horrible and I'm sorry it happened to you. I hope you get checked at a hospital and collect evidence in order to report this asshole.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.